Our town is small, but our history is vast, and I thought, why not a historical ghost walk?
And with that, a business was born. For the second year, Tallapoosa Ghost Stories, a walking tour, is taking guests to some of the most haunted places in Haralson County and to tell the stories that many only dare to whisper about. Good day, Lennis. Paul Milliken was, here we go. He wrote this. I want y'all to know that. He was brave enough to hear some of those stories. He's live in Tallapoosa this morning searching for some spirits. Hey, Paul, good morning.
I'm the only one out here, okay? So I am the bravest member. I don't see you going on a ghost hunt this morning. And by the way, I don't know how this happened, but since the commercial break, now Blaze, the Marine behind the camera, is cozied up to the church, and I'm closer to the haunted house. Don't ask me how that happened, but this home behind me, I don't know if you can tell, there's a big placard right there. This was built right around 1890. It's a fascinating home. It's also one that the owner of Tallapoosa Ghost Stories, a walking tour, says is the most haunted in Tallapoosa.
I like to call it the store with a little something for everyone. Dry goods store in the front, funeral home in the back. It was later changed into a medical district. In fact, when they knocked down some walls to remodel, they found an entire room with brand new coffins.
These are the stories you won't find in the history books.
Now, I don't know about you, but I do not want coffins in my doctor's office. No, thank you.
But when Tallapoosa native Susan Pitts decided to look into Haralson's haunted history, she and her friends knew just where to start.
The majority of the stories are from the elderly. 80 and up.
To hang out at the grocery store and kind of stalk old ladies. It was kind of hard at first because nobody really wanted to talk about anything.
And slowly, but surely, everyone said, oh honey, I don't have, well, there was this one time.
More than a dozen of those stories are now featured on Tallapoosa Ghost Stories.
Hello everybody, welcome to Tallapoosa Ghost Stories.
A 90-minute walking tour spotlighting some fascinating and frightening tales of West Georgia.
It's a good family-friendly tour, historical, but there is the creepy aspect about it because a lot of things happen in little small southern towns.
Stops include this historic home.
It was built in 1888 by someone who ran the cotton mill here, A.J. Jackson. Later on, a pastor lived here, Dr. Martin, and he wrote many famous hymns. One was His Eye is on the Sparrow.
But who is the little girl some say they've seen in the attic?
It is, in my opinion, the most haunted house in Tallapoosa.
For Susan Pitts, the idea here isn't really to scare anyone. The spirit she'd most like to summon is hometown pride.
I lived in a lot of places, a lot of different countries, and when I moved back 7 years ago, I saw this town with different eyes.
And chances are, so will you. That is, unless those different eyes see you first. All right, and I have to be honest with you, Elise, I'm not as brave as I said I was because I made Susan come back with me so I wouldn't be alone right now. So, Susan, it's great to see you this morning. She just said something great, too, Susan. You said it's a little different when you're here at night, right?
Very. It changes. Yeah. During the day, it's not quite as scary.
Yeah, when you're here at night, it's very creepy out here. I just want to say, I love stories where people have an idea, they decide they found an area where that idea will work, and then they make it happen. And that's really what you did. You moved back to Tallapoosa. You said, you know what, this area needs to be educated about the history. We need to tell people what we've got here and do it in a fun way. And you made it happen, right?
I did. I saw, you know, a niche that would, people are interested in ghost stories. People like a good story, period. Yeah. And you cross that over with history, and people have come. Yeah. You know, they absolutely love it.
And I have to imagine even people who have lived here for years are surprised by the stories that you tell on this tour.
They are. Yeah. There are a few that have educated us on the tour by telling things, you know, missing pieces of puzzles. Yeah. That's we always we learn as we go sometimes. And there are others that said, I never knew about this. But the best are the young people. Yeah. And they say, I thought I lived in a boring town until I went on your tour.
Yeah.
And Tallapoosa is definitely not boring.
Oh no, little did they know. Well, Susan, thank you for taking us along. It's been so much fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, great to see you. And you are all welcome to be brave and take the Tallapoosa Ghost Story, a walking tour as well. Elise, I think you and I need to come with our cameras, try to capture some ghosts. You know, some people have captured pictures of orbs and things like that, so you never know what you'll come home with when you come on the Tallapoosa Ghost Story walking tour. You never know.
Well, since you're so brave, I feel safe with you, Paul. We got to go back at night and check it out. Tours are every Friday and Saturday at 8 and 10 p.m. Meet at the gazebo inside the Leglow Memorial Medal of Honor Park on Robertson Avenue. Tickets are $12 for adults, $10 for children. Keep in mind, though, it's cash only. And coming up tomorrow,